Blatant divisive racism throughout New Zealand must stop. Whether you believe Maori are indigenous to New Zealand or not, makes no difference at all. Divisive racism must stop. Whether you believe the treaty is a partnership or not, also makes no difference at all. Divisive racism must stop. New Zealand cannot move forward and become a modern first world civilized country again, especially when the vast majority of politics are affected and directed by race-based criteria. Why on earth do you think qualified people are leaving New Zealand in droves for Australia? They are sick of racism, they are sick of a defunct economy, and they are sick of being treated as second-class citizens in their home country. The world is moving rapidly into a fast-moving high-technology AI conglomerate, and New Zealand will be left behind by a country mile, if racism and race-based policies are not, once and for all, put to bed. An efficient economy and decent cost of living is essential for New Zealanders to be content, but racism and race-based policies create the totally opposite environment. Racism simply devastates the economy, destroys the cost of living, and drives hard-working tax-paying New Zealanders overseas. Blatant divisive racism throughout New Zealand must stop. The future of New Zealand, Generation Z and Millennials, don't care what happened to the country over 200 years ago, they don't care whether Maori are indigenous, they don't care what the treaty says. They don't care about racism or race-based policies. What they do care about is their lives, their future, and the planet. The future generations of New Zealand want one country, with one people, and one vote. How can any intelligent person possibly believe that any country which prioritizes racism as their way-to-go-first agenda, call themselves first world civilized? The only way forward for New Zealand and its economy to maximize its potential and offer a decent cost of living in a peaceful environment is to get rid of racism and race-based policies. That's it, fact, in a nutshell. Blatant divisive racism throughout New Zealand must stop. The Labour, Green and Tea Party Maori parties keep plugging away for separate Maori rights, based on archaic thinking and the rather ignorant belief that such policies would be great for New Zealand. How can divisiveness be good for New Zealand? This all boils down to, and begs the obvious question, what is a Maori? What blood quantum percentage matters, or does woke ideology allow anyone now to self-identify as Maori? This is just blatantly stupid and ridiculous in a modern civilized world. The vast majority of Maori living in New Zealand, and around the world today, are over 90% other ethnicity. Just take a long hard look at Tea Party Maori for an example, which just makes the whole Maori rights issue even more ridiculous. It's a simple matter to clean up racism in New Zealand, but do any political parties or MPs have the guts to do so? Thank you for listening. Geraint, on behalf of WhangareiTim.